Good morning children. So today we are going to discuss about potentiometer. So in our previous lecture we discussed that why do we need a potentiometer, as whenever we are calculating some potential difference using a voltmeter draws some current for its own operation, and hence the overall potential reflected by the voltmeter is not accurate. Wherever there is a question of getting a convenience means, see, voltmeter is very convenient to use, so we use voltmeter, but whenever there is precision higher than the convenience, we need a precise value, we need an accurate value. At all those places we are using a potentiometer. So the potentiometer is a device which is used to measure the potential difference between any two points. It is also used to compare the EMF of the cells. It can also be used to find the internal resistance of the cell. All these things cannot be done by a potentiometer. Now before we understand potentiometer, the principle of potentiometer, we need to understand the term potential gradient. So we'll discuss potential gradient first, right? So consider we have considering a circuit in which there is a source of battery, source of EMF, and there is a rheostat connected by which we can change the current flowing through the circuit. This is a source and it gives a potential V between these 2 points, right? So the current is flowing and the potential between these 2 points is 0. Let us say the length of this part is L. So we know that V according to Ohm's law is given by IR. V could be written as I rho L upon A for a constant amount of current, and for the given cross sectional area we can say that the current is constant, the resistivity, which is the material of the wire, the nature of the material of the wire is a constant, and the cross section area of the wire is also constant. So considering all of them as constant, for a constant current we may write V is equals to KL and V proportional to L. What does it tells us? Now this K could be written as V upon L. This K is this constant and this is called as potential gradient of the wire, right? Now what is potential gradient? Potential gradient tells us about the potential per unit length, right? Potential gradient means potential drop, right? So we have studied about velocity gradient, how velocity reduces. We have learned about pressure gradient, pressure per unit length. Similarly we have potential gradient. So how potential drops as we increase the length, that is what we are going to study. So V proportional to L, or we say that the potential gradient is potential per unit length. So if we have taken L length as 0 here to maximum length as L here, so the potential goes on dropping and it becomes 0 here, right? The source sends some current which generates a potential difference between these 2 points. As we keep on increasing the length here, the potential drop per unit length goes on decreasing, right? So we are going to study how this potential drop makes the difference whenever we are connecting a given circuit to different source of potentials, right? So for our convenience, suppose if we have taken the potential of this length as say 12, right? So potential at middle point, when we are reducing the length, the potential will be 6 and so on. As we increase or decrease the length, the potential goes on dropping. So it could be maybe 6 here, it could be 1/4, it could be 1/10 and so on. Potential goes on decreasing as we increase the length, right? So we have taken a very simple circuit, say with a source E1, say here it is E1 and here it is 0, and we have connected it with a second source, say E2, provided that second source is connected to a galvanometer with the help of a jockey, right? So cell E1 is also sending current in the circuit, cell E2 is also sending current in the circuit. For example, cell E2 sends the current like this is positive, and because jockey has a metal contact तो current आगे तक नहीं जाके it will come through this way towards negative. So this is the direction of current. So the moment current flows in this direction, galvanometer needle shows deflection towards the left side, right? Now suppose we have switched on this also. Now it gives the potential difference between these two points as even, right? Now because we have a jockey contact in between, the current will flow like this and like this and through the jockey and comes to the negative end, right? So this cell, because it is positive, it is negative, say this is positive and this is negative, current will flow via this path in this direction and then comes to the negative part, right? Current is flowing in that part of the circuit that we are not discussing about now. So अभी ये वाला जो cell है, it is sending current in this direction, but this cell is sending current in this direction. So how do we decide that current will flow in which direction? कौन से वाला current dominant होगा? Current इस direction में flow करने वाला है या इस direction में flow करने वाला है? This could be decided by the value of the EMF of the cell. Higher electromotive force, higher work done, so it means the charges will experience more force. Suppose we have taken cell E1. Cell E1 was giving potential V for this length, but this cell is giving that much force in this circuit? No, it is not giving that much. We have reduced the length. Because we have reduced the length, the potential drop will also be accordingly. So इतने लेंथ के लिए ये फोर्स इवन लगा था, लेकिन अभी हमने लेंथ कम कर दिया है, एंड एज वी रिड्यूस द लेंथ द पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस विल ऑल्सो रिड्यूस. सो व्हाट, सपोज फॉर अ गिवन इंस्टेंस ऑफ टाइम व्हाट वी हैव एज्यूम कि इसका जो इतना पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस यहाँ पे डेवलप होगा इस लेंथ के वजह से, दैट पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इज लेस देन E2. फॉर इंस्टेंस, if that potential difference is less than E2, E2 will dominate and current will flow in this direction. If the potential generated by E1 in this length is less than E2, this current of E2 will dominate and it will flow in this direction, positive to negative, and galvanometer में ये direction में. So galvanometer will show deflection towards left, right? So but now what we have done, we have changed the length. पहले हमने इतने लेंथ का पोटेंशियल लिया था, अभी हमने इसको ऐसे चेंज करके यहां ले आए या ऐसे चेंज करके यहां ले आए, राइट? फॉर दिस लेंथ द पोटेंशियल वुड बी डिफरेंट. सपोज फॉर दिस लेंथ द पोटेंशियल जनरेटेड बाय E1 इज हायर एंड E2 इज लेस, सो द पोटेंशियल ड्रॉप ऑफ दिस लेंथ E1 विल डोमिनेट and current will flow in this direction. So ये जो galvanometer इस तरफ deflection दिखा रहा था, now it starts showing deflection towards right because the current due to E1 will dominate. It is exerting more force on the charges, so deflection will be towards right. Now trying all the positions here, here, here and here, we find out a particular position at which the, say we have found, we have tried here, we have tried here, here, कभी deflection right जा रहा है, कभी deflection left जा रहा है, करते 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 we have found a point at which the deflection by galvanometer becomes zero. So checking all the points, we have found one such point, एक ऐसा point जिस पे galvanometer का current क्या हो गया, zero हो गया. The moment galvanometer current is zero, now E1 will make the current move in this direction or E2 will make the current move in this direction. When net current is zero, ना galvanometer needle right में जा रहा है ना left में जा रहा है, it means that potential has become equal. E1 के वजह से इतने लेंथ का पोटेंशियल जो था, इतने लेंथ का जो पोटेंशियल था, दिस लेंथ का पोटेंशियल ड्रॉप इज इक्वल टू द पोटेंशियल गिवन बाय सेल E2. So this is called as the method of balancing the voltage. So hence we can say that potentiometer works on two principles. One is the potential gradient, potential gradient, and the other one is balancing the voltage. Balancing the voltage. What we have done here? What we have done, the voltage drop by E1 is equal to the voltage generated by the E2. So hence this method is also called as null deflection method. Null deflection method means somewhere we will find out a point at which the potential drop of the source is equal to the potential drop of this. Suppose अभी voltmeter में क्या होता है? Voltmeter was drawing some current so that the potential was dropping. But now this has his own its own source. इसका source अलग है, right? This potential is equal to this potential. Because it is not drawing any current, तो इसका जैसे ही galvanometer current zero होगा, इसका potential drop and the potential given by this is same. It means without drawing any current from this part, it will show the same potential difference, which we cannot do using a voltmeter. So that is the difference between the potentiometer and a voltmeter. Potentiometer does not draws any current from the circuit for its own operation, for its own function, right? So now we are going to discuss about the potentiometer, the basic description. One more thing we have to remember, if we plot a graph between the potential drop and the length, right? So potential will be maximum when length will be 0. Potential will be maximum when length is 0. And potential will be 0 when length is maximum. So when this L is 0, potential will be, when L is maximum, potential will drop, it becomes 0. Right? So when length is less, when length is 0, potential will be maximum. So what kind of graph do we get? We get this type of graph, right? When V is maximum, ये V इतना है तो लेंथ 0 है. जैसे जैसे आप लेंथ बढ़ाते जा रहे हो, V ड्रॉप हो रहा है. सपोज हमने एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट L/2 लिया, हाफ लेंथ लिया, तो पोटेंशियल विल ऑल्सो ड्रॉप टू हाफ. So that is the graph between the potential and the length of the wire. Right? So we will discuss about the description of the potentiometer. So the basic part of potentiometer, it consists of a wooden board. You can see here the wooden board has thick copper strips, same way the way we have taken in meter bridge, thick copper strips, because if their area is more, they will allow the current to pass. Area more means resistance less, तो current easily से pass होता है आगे, right? So thick copper strips, and there are 4 wires. Each wire is having length as 1 meter. This is a typical physics laboratory potentiometer. Generally 4 wires वाला रहता है lab में. तो 0 to 100 फर्स्ट वायर, जब हम इस तरफ लेंथ कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं तो 100, 1 to 200. सेकेंड वायर पे टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट, थर्ड वायर पे टुवर्ड्स राइट, 200, 1 to 300, and the last wire 300, 1 to 400. So you have to be very careful when you are calculating. Right side जा रहे हैं, left side, that you have to see, right? And A is connected to a source battery. ये source battery रहेगा which will send current, जिसका potential drop हम calculate करने वाले हैं. There will be a key, and in order to change the current we have used a rheostat. So rheostat will be variable resistance, and if we move the rheostat you can change the current in the circuit, right? There is a meter scale fitted here at the bottom part of the potentiometer which helps us to calculate the length. So how do we calculate? Suppose there is a source of potential and you need to find the potential difference, or you need to find the potential difference between any 2 points, right? So whatever potential difference you need to find, let us say you have to find the value of V here, positive, negative. So what we do, we connect this, the cell or whatever potential difference you need to find, we connect one end to the positive end of the battery. Positive end जहाँ पे connected है वहाँ पे इसका भी positive connect करेंगे. Negative end we will connect to a galvanometer. Galvanometer will tell us the amount of current. It will tell us it will detect in which direction the current is flowing, and then we will connect it to a jockey, right? When we connect everything, how do we check whether our connections are right or wrong? We touch jockey at the first end and the last end. P पे touch करेंगे, Q पे. Galvanometer should show full scale deflection. In case it is not showing full scale deflection, something is wrongly connected in your circuit, that you need to check. So first we assure, in practical also we assure that all the connections are right or wrong. चेक करने के लिए बैटरी ये जॉकी को यहाँ टच करेंगे, यहाँ टच. सो गैल्वेनोमीटर सिर्फ लेफ्ट में नहीं दिखाना चाहिए, सिर्फ राइट में नहीं, या फ्लक्चुएट नहीं करना चाहिए, एक्सट्रीम राइट जाना चाहिए, एक्सट्रीम लेफ्ट. इट मीन्स येस, करंट इज फ्लोइंग इन बोथ द डायरेक्शंस. सो दैट इज व्हाट गैल्वेनोमीटर टेल्स अस. सो व्हाट वी डू, वी टच जॉकी हियर and we start moving. जैसे ही हम मूव करेंगे गैल्वेनोमीटर will show some deflection and at a particular point करते 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 यहाँ पे नहीं आया, हम सेकेंड वायर पे चले गए, सेकेंड वायर पे हम यहाँ चले गए, से 100 से 200 की तरफ, तो ये 150 से ज्यादा होगा यहाँ पे, राइट. सो करते 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 एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट हमें ऐसा मिला जहां पे गैल्वेनोमीटर ने नल डिफ्लेक्शन दिखा दिया. द मोमेंट गैल्वेनोमीटर शोज नल डिफ्लेक्शन, दैट मीन्स द पोटेंशियल ड्रॉप इतने और इतने लेंथ का, दिस लेंथ प्लस दिस लेंथ, इतने लेंथ का पोटेंशियल ड्रॉप ऑफ द बैटरी इज इक्वल टू द पोटेंशियल ऑफ द वट एवर यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग दैट सोर्स, राइट. नल डिफ्लेक्शन मतलब इतने लेंथ का पोटेंशियल इज इक्वल टू द पोटेंशियल ऑफ दिस वट एवर यू हैव केप्ट फॉर द कैलकुलेशन. Using that method we can find that what is the potential difference of the given, whatever it is, wire, it is any source. I hope this is clear to you. So using this method we can do a number of things. Using potentiometer we can find the internal resistance of the cell. Using potentiometer we can find the we can compare the EMF of two cells, right. And again we have to remember what is the principle. Principle is potential gradient, that is potential per unit length or potential drop by the battery, and balancing the voltage such that the galvanometer needle comes on 0, or that is why it is also called as null deflection method. Thank you children.